Hey, what's up, YouTube? Back another video, and today we are reacting to Ghost Rider versus The Spawn. Who y'all think gonna win? Don't do that. Image Comics. Who the heck is Image Comics? So they call IC? I thought Spawn was like DC.
Ghost Rider
Is it
versus
not, though?
Spawn.
The Spirit of Vengeance versus the Dark Angel of Armageddon.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons.
I think
armor,
because
and
after
skills to
after
find
so
out who
many
would win
times
a
people
death
start
battle.
looking similar, I just assume I know who this man. I've seen this man before.
Johnny Blaze
'Cause
has
he kinda looks
always
like
been a
Deadpool.
man possessed, chasing the thrill of certain doom by performing death-defying stunts, following the example of his adoptive father, Crash Simpson.
Until
Oh.
the day Crash lived up to his name and got cancer, heartbroken, and without enough Wampa fruit to save him, Johnny turned
Wampa
to the
fruit.
only thing that could. Chemotherapy.
devil.
Oh!
To cure Crash's
Therapy?
cancer, Johnny sold his soul to Mephisto, king of the 8th layer of hell.
Only for Crash to actually live up to his name right after.
But instead of scooping up Johnny's soul, Mephisto had something else in mind. He
remember
bound
this
Johnny
Ghost
to
Rider
an
movie.
instrument of divine wrath, Zarathos, the spirit of
Vengeance.
vengeance.
So Johnny Blaze
Ghost Rider
lived
would be a
up
cool
to
Marvel
his
rival,
name
but,
and burst into
character.
hellfire.
I don't know what his
An
ultimate would
undead
look like, though.
skeleton biker with a sick ass hug. The 5th scariest Nick Cage performance. The
Fifth.
stunt
Fifth.
man from hell. He called himself the Daredevil.
Sorry, Johnny, that name's taken.
Okay, then how about the Ghost Rider?
Sure,
He
we
would be technically a
definitely
Daredevil.
didn't forget that we named a character the same thing only 5 years earlier. All you.
The Ghost Rider was
Oh my
bad
gosh,
news
they dead
for
ass
Earth
named him
sinners and
Daredevil?
Scumbags. He's strong enough to pull down skyscrapers, blow up mountains, and cause earthquakes that can be felt across whole countries.
Don't even think about fighting
6'2",
back. He can
220?
remake his whole body from the hellfire that engulfs him, making him
Oh.
immune to all physical damage. Only holy weapons that target his soul can harm him.
It's not just his body. His whole arsenal is hellfire. Ghosty can create anything he can think of, from an infinite stream of chains, a shotgun packed with fiery rounds, or a flaming missile barfed right out of his mouth.
Wow.
Life goals.
And he can imbue other
Rest of life
objects with
goals.
hellfire, such as his hell cycle.
Oh, this badass bike can outpace Thor's hammer Mjolnir, which can cross the universe in seconds.
Hellfire is a weapon in and of itself, whether shot out of his hands, raining down from the sky, or
Oh.
released from his...
His boner, Wiz. Get it? And it doesn't just scorch flesh. Hellfire is so deadly, it can burn away your very soul.
This technique would be mastered by Johnny's successor, his own brother, Danny Ketch.
Oh yeah, Johnny's not the only Ghost Rider, and Danny was the first to master their most famous move. You know, the one that burns your soul to smithereens with just a look? The Penance Stare.
The penance stare
Aura.
inflicts upon its victims every
Aura.
ounce of pain they ever wreaked upon others. Every cruelty, no matter how small or righteous, is reflected back. A biblical punishment.
Obliterating
Wow.
your soul. It even works on other Ghost Riders, like when Johnny and Danny got into a staring contest and Danny actually depowered Johnny.
Eyes are windows to the soul, so the Ghost Rider must be able to match his victim's gaze for the penance stare to work. Some people have survived it, like the Punisher supposedly
Yeah.
because he didn't regret his actions.
I remember that. He said,
It worked on him
I
on other occasions.
Johnny
he said,
can-
I thrive off that. See, the Punisher literally thrives off negativity.
Just how deadly it is, and it doesn't necessarily have to kill you. He can use the stare to
Oh.
read minds, force you to confess info, or just show you the error of your ways.
Remember, the Ghost Rider is two souls in one body, with the kinder Johnny battling the demon Zarathos in a war of
So you know what this means? They them, cause they two niggas. Or is that a man? Or it's two people, it's two beings, it's two souls, so that's they them.
control.
See?
Classic
Let 'em know.
Faustian bargain. All the power in the world.
So
but
Ghost
if you
Rider
want
is
it uses
should
you.
be
Because
considered
if Johnny
gay,
gives
like
in,
like
the
Venom.
demon's full might will take over, and then everything is screwed.
Zarathos' strength
But-
is boundless. He can open
Wait. Here's the thing, though. Like, I gotta ask these questions because if all of it, if some of this is real, do they? Is it all about what do they? Because I know in Venom actually isn't. Venom is the combined likeness of both of them, of the symbiote and Eddie Brock, which is why it's Venom. Like it's different when it's Peter Parker. So like the fusion, like Goku, like Gogeta. It's not Goku or Vegeta. It's Gogeta. It's a separate entity because it's two merged entities that become one entity. You feel me? So do they under? Is it like Is it like Moon Knight, where Moon Knight knows it's like 6 other people? Like Moon Knight actually like changes like consciousness, or is it not like that? Is Ghost Rider always like? Cause it's at a battle, which means they can switch out. So it's not just the combined consciousness. It's 2 separate consciousness fighting.
Open up portals between dimensions, control the elements, pen and stare an entire city, and fly all the way to Asgard, which is a literal infinite distance away.
He's manhandled some of Marvel's heaviest hitters.
So baloney. Because how do you beat Infinity? That's what I'm saying. You just don't beat Infinity. The only way you defeat Infinity is you delete Infinity. Ask Gojo. Ask Sukuna.
Like Thor, World War Hulk, and Doctor Strange. Hell, Strange said Zarathos is a threat to all realms, mortal and immortal.
Hyperbole? Think again. The Archangel Zadkiel said that the power of the Ghost Rider could threaten all of existence, and even bring down heaven itself.
Right before an army of Ghost Riders did just that. Yeah, an army. The spirits of vengeance are legion.
As far back as the Great Flood, humans have been bonded to the vestiges of God's power to act as his divine wrath on Earth. A sort of heavenly Black Ops.
Okay, wait, does that make Zarathos an angel now?
Or an archangel?
Or is he still a demon?
Both? Neither?
Archangel.
Despite being one of the greatest entities in existence, it's unclear. What we do know is that ages ago, Zarathos feasted on souls and battled Mephisto for rulership of his realm. Mephisto, ever the trickster, claimed victory and gained control of Zarathos forevermore. Hence how he could bond him to Johnny.
But Zarathos got his revenge against that big red bitch with another Ghost Rider, Alejandra Jones.
Alejandra Jones?
Wish you had one more day to fix that hole in your chest, huh?
Comic book fan punching bag though he may be, Mephisto is unbelievably powerful. A battle with him could cause omniversal Armageddon.
What does that mean?
As his fight with
That's a
Galactus
big word.
rents the cosmos asunder.
And Galactus' fights can destroy all of Marvel's infinite multiverse. That's the kind of awesome power at Zarathos' disposal. Total cosmic annihilation.
So it was no surprise.
So how does he lose then? If he's multiversal? If you telling me Ghost Rider is stronger than Goku, so you telling me Spawn has to be stronger than Superman at this point? If
When
niggas
Johnny
is
went down to the
omnipotent,
underworld and
breaking
took Hell's throne for
multiverses.
himself, usurping the devil that ruined his life and finally grabbing destiny by the handlebars.
Yeah, we need to see.
Story
We need to
the
understand what
total
Spawn Kid
power
is,
of
bro.
hell
'Cause he
itself,
just sounds
plus
like
a sick
it's
ass
busted.
upgrade, the Damnation Stare, which skips the whole every pain you've ever inflicted thing and just sends you straight to hell. No shot.
As they say, though, uneasy lies the head that wears the crown. Johnny began an obsessive crusade to capture all of Hell's escaped demons. But by using his
that
new
makes
power
sense,
to
though.
damn them to hell, he began absorbing their evil, feeding off of it, and it corrupted him. Once again,
at Dr. Strange,
Johnny
epic
Blaze
goatee.
was a man possessed.
In truth, Johnny was just as trapped by Hell's power as he'd always been, and he needed Danny's help to pull him out of the darkness.
Though he gave up Hell's throne, the Ghost Rider continues his war against demons without and within, mentoring his fellow Ghost Riders in the ways of vengeance, always prowling the highways for the evil and the profane.
An unstoppable engine of judgment that, with just a glance, could make Galactus himself shit his pants.
Maybe one day he'll find salvation in the eyes of one of his victims.
Cause they sure as hell won't find any in his.
You know, have eyes, cause he's a ghost.
This battle is sponsored by Robin Hood Gold.
Wait, I just realized that. Why is he called Ghost Rider and not Skeleton Rider? No, I'm so serious. Like, shouldn't he just be called Skeleton Rider? I mean, Ghost Rider has a better tone to it. I'm not gonna cap to you, but Ghost Rider is technically wrong. I mean, he's a ghost, but he has a skeleton. You know, I don't know, bro. Oh, my bad. The ad is over. Let's go to Spawn now, right?
Army and the CIA's most decorated assassin.
He's an assassin?
Simmons upheld democracy around
Hold
the
up, my bad.
and was offered
Al Simmons was one thing.
LC.
Oh, okay. So it was just a. Oh, okay.
If Al Simmons was one thing, he was a killer.
A lieutenant colonel in the U.S. Army and
Okay.
the CIA's most decorated assassin, Simmons upheld democracy around the globe at the barrel of a gun,
At the
painting
barrel
the
of
third
a
world
gun.
in red, white, and blue, but mostly red.
Until his final fateful mission when, per his
Bro, he
boss's
had to
orders,
cut, though.
Al was
Oh.
fired.
The burning was only getting started because Al's immortal soul was on a one-way trip to hell.
Where he cut a deal with Malvosia, the big, naked lord of the Eighth Circle of Hell.
By their
Oh,
pact,
so they're
Simmons
both-
would be reborn a Hellspawn, a superpowered commander of Hell's armies, in exchange for seeing his wife one more time.
Oh, buddy, you're
You need to
just
see a
asking
one?
to get monkey's bud.
Al Simmons returned from the dead as a decaying zombie 5 years later, after his wife had already
Remarried and everything.
and had a
It took
daughter.
5
There,
minutes. It took
you
5 years.
saw her. Now get back to work, bitch.
Thus was
Oh,
born
God.
the undead warrior from hell
Yeah,
itself,
Spawn's cut.
Spawn.
He's so 90s that he comes all the way back around to being the coolest thing ever. Look upon his edge wizard and despair.
Spawn would violently defend New York's downtrodden, while slowly
New York?
uncovering the full breadth of his demonic powers.
He's like a walking superpower encyclopedia. He can fly, teleport, turn
Fly,
invisible
teleport,
and
ooh,
intangible,
ability,
move things
intangible,
with his mind,
ability.
make force fields,
Telekinesis,
control
force
the elements
field,
and the weather,
elements,
and even
weather.
stop time. Speaking of time,
Time
he
manipulation?
can fly so fast he literally breaks into other dimensions and smashes time as a concept.
He can manipulate matter,
Oh.
shape-shifting his own body or transmuting other objects and people. He can even control and absorb your soul.
Wait,
Oh.
Wiz, if he can rearrange molecules and crap, why doesn't he just fix his uggo face?
Well, he tried to do that, but Malvosia cursed him so that he could only make himself... yeah.
Oh, it's petty troll.
Nah, bro. This is the 90s, all right? White men being cursed to be black is some crazy stuff. Yeah, that was the 90s.
Trolling like that gets you a thrown
What?
in hell.
To be fair, Spawn can achieve
Imagine
a
a-
similar result with
Imagine the plot of a movie being a white man cursed to look like Duke Dennis. Like, bro, what, bro? Do you not know white people want to be black now? Like, I'm telling you, white people, the white kids say if they could be black, they would be they would want to be Ken Carson.
illusions
Right.
and mental manipulation. He can read and control minds, implant and replace
Let me
memories.
rewind that. Or did he get
That-
cursed to be a white man? No, not again. This can't be. I'm a black man. What the fuck?
Fair, Spawn can achieve a similar result with illusions and mental manipulation. He can read and control minds, implant and replace memories, or simply drive you mad.
Spawn can do all of this crazy shit because he runs on necroplasm. Basically, hell juice.
You're not wrong. Necroplasm is the energy that makes up hell itself. Al's undead body is composed of 400 pounds of it.
He can wield it
400
like an
pounds?
energy blaster empowered by the sins of others.
Spirit
Spawn
energy.
can absorb your evil and feed off of it. By simply walking on Earth, Spawn feels all of humanity's pain all at once.
He's even
Oh.
absorbed the sins of 8 million New Yorkers instantly, cleansing
Oh.
them of their evil.
Like Jesus?
Or he can do the reverse.
Yeah,
and make
right?
you experience the full weight of your own sins, feeling every bit of pain you've ever inflicted on
that's a
others
bad
over
bit.
your
Relax.
whole life.
Like some sort of penance.
Though Spawn's necroplasm comes with a catch.
Yeah, he's got a limited amount of the stuff, and it drains every time he uses his powers. If he runs out, he's dragged back to hell.
Even depowered, Spawn can rely on his elite military training in hand-to-hand combat. He's even fought Batman to a standstill.
Batman?
And as befits his past profession, he loves his big-ass 90s guns.
Though his greatest weapon is the sentient being
Amendment.
he's genetically and spiritually bonded to, his cloak. Letha of the 7th
His
House
cloak?
of K.
You ever
Oh my
wonder why
goodness.
his cape's red? Nope, well, now you are, and it's red because it's made from the apple Eve ate in the Garden of Eden.
Huh?
It's literally made of original sin.
It's temptation.
Oh, and also
It's
the
the cape
souls
of
a million
temptation.
Sinners, including every one of hell's victims. Also a touch of vampire for good measure.
K7 Letha is constantly evolving. It can act independently to defend Spawn with an infinite stream of chains, transform into weapons, or
Hold
drain
up, go
people
back to that, cause that looked like a nanotech type of animation.
independently to
Like, look at the way like it. Venom would
Defense-
never transform like that. Like, yeah, it looks
Spawn
like
with an
nanotech.
infinite
That's
stream of
crazy.
chains, transform into weapons, or drain people of their power. It is the most potent weapon Hell has ever created.
It even helped Spawn beat the primordial dark god Urizen, who can destroy and eat your soul.
Oh my god, look
with
at the
just a
nose on that
glare.
nigga.
Except the souls bonded to Spawn acted as a buffer, allowing him to survive.
You'd think with an arsenal like that, he'd be unstoppable. But Hellspawns have
Yeah.
a weakness to hold
Angela?
weapons and can be
Is that
killed
not
permanently
Angela?
if decapitated by one.
Though Spawn has managed to survive this in the past. No, Spawn's greatest weakness is his own, how do I put this? Stupidity.
So Spawn fought this angel lady, Angela. Great name for an angel. She had this dimensional lance that
That's
could
Marvel.
wipe Hellspawn out of existence, and Spawn got it. But instead of, being cautious around a mysterious angel weapon that hurts him, he just had to push the big shiny button and activate it on himself.
And so, Spawn was forever destroyed until he reconfigured reality to undo his own inexistence.
There we are, good as new. That has to be
All
the
right.
first time we've
So-
seen someone accidentally kill themselves and,
And then
survive.
said,
On his quest
nah,
as Hell's
I'm good off
greatest
that.
warrior, Spawn has defeated a serial killer
Yeah,
ice
Spawn
cream
might
man,
have-
a demonic clown, and even his old boss remade by Heaven into an anti-Spawn. He's even encountered other Hellspawn.
Killing bad guys might seem counterintuitive if you work for a Hell Lord, but it actually just adds more souls to Balbosia's army. An army Spawn would have to lead in a war with Heaven that had killed all of humanity.
Because the reason Malbolgia chose Al to be his commander wasn't that he was some great warrior. It was because Al had proven that he was the best at taking orders.
All his life,
Oh, he was
and
the
all
greatest
his
soldier.
death, Al was nothing more than a hired gun.
But he knew it, and he would do so no more.
So Spawn marched down to Hell and ripped Balbosia's head off. With a scream so loud it echoed through all of reality,
Oh.
Spawn became the king of the 8th circle of Hell.
Okay.
As king,
Congratulations,
Spawn
that's
is
fire.
literally a part of Hell itself, gaining access to an unlimited pool of energy that increases 100-fold with every heartbeat. He's effectively omnipotent in there, and
Yeah.
strong enough to challenge other Hell Lords like
Mammon?
Mammon and Satan.
Mammon
He
is-
got so strong, the only thing left was to finally resolve the war between Heaven and Hell.
But Spawn needed help from the being who created this god and Satan to begin with, the mother of existence, Gaia.
She
Yeah,
wasn't
Gaia.
cool with her kids being total assholes, so she appointed Spawn to be the universe's savior.
By eating the fruit from the Tree of Life, Spawn became truly divine, capable of battling God and Satan in a stalemate for eternity that extinguished all life on Earth.
And each of them are powerful enough to create and control infinitely sized universes.
Spawn
And-
broke the stalemate by
Strong
letting
enough to
God
control
and Satan
infinity.
destroy him,
What does-
only for Gaia to separate the two from the reality they threatened.
Then, just like that time with the
All right, buddy. I pressed the pause button like 5 times, but let's just act like I didn't. What does it mean? If everyone can control infinity, then nobody can control infinity? Like, what? I don't know, bro. I don't know. This is a whole bunch of words. The words is words,
Spawn
bro.
respawned and recreated the Earth.
Some of these death
Whew,
battles just be
good as
like,
new.
what does this even
Finally
mean? You
freed
feel
of the
me?
weight of heaven and hell,
I can
Al asked
understand
to be reborn as a
Omni-Man
human,
versus
but
Bardock.
he knew in his heart he deserved to carry on his undead penance in perpetuity.
He's a creature of the 90s, Wiz. He won't be happy unless he can instantly brood over the injustice of his own existence.
Though if you threaten the alley he calls home, beware, because Spawn will turn whatever's left of your life into a living hell.
This battle is sponsored by
There we go. That's an
DraftKings, 'cause
actual,
this player
this is an actual ad. The other ad was just like a logo.
I love a death battle!
So they are both Marvel. If he's fighting Angela, because Angela's a side Thor character. Batman's like a main.
Insane. Brimstone in the air.
Ooh, Brimstone. They ain't come with no Brimstone.
If it wants a piece of me, there'll be hell to pay.
You gonna raise her? Hell Razor?
Go back to the pit you squirmed from, Hellspawn.
Make me
Where's their timer? Gun. Which did nothing in him. I'm surprised this one was pixelated. Maybe because 90s.
If you care,
Okay.
it's nothing personal. Vengeance calls.
Oh. Oraclash? Spawn axe.
sloppy. You fight like a bum.
I feel like a bum is crazy.
Earned your damnation.
Aura's there. We're just Infinity. He just grabbed bro and hey, you know he about to ride that John Falls. Time stop Zarudo.
Be damned. Yes, you will.
Oh. Get over here. What are you, Scorpion? Oh, okay.
The vestments of the holy cannot disguise your wickedness. God forbid.
Why you turn so small? Okay. Throat chain? Oh, snap.
Al Simmons, your sins are innumerable.
Oh.
I am here to wreak vengeance upon your soul.
The aura's there.
I eat sin for breakfast. Have a taste of your own goddamn medicine.
Oh. Can he do that? Oh my god. Ghost Rider just lost the aura battle. Ghost Rider just got out-aura'd. Out-aura'd to death is crazy.
It's like you said, nothing personal, asshole.
Bro got out-aura'd.
Oh, God damn!
Literally. This was a nail-biter of a battle that pitted Ghost Rider's immeasurable power against Spawn's skill and versatility. Let's
told
break this
you, they
down
just-
into 4 categories.
First
They
up,
say he can
power.
control infinity,
Divine
bro.
Spawn could match God and Satan, who could create universes. Similar in scale to Ghost Rider's bouts with a lot of the powerhouses in Marvel.
But Zarathos was different. Remember, his power can match that of Mephisto and Galactus, who can threaten all of Marvel's infinite cosmic reality, far greater than any cosmos Spawn has ever affected. Even though Spawn's battled and defeated Satan in more recent comics, implying he's retained a level of power similar to his divine form, he couldn't match Zarathos in power alone.
Ghost Rider may take power, but remember, Johnny actively resists Zarathos' influence, so Spawn may have had time in the fight to learn and adapt to Ghost Rider before he went full Blue Fury.
And Spawn definitely had the edge in skill. He spent decades in military combat and is a master martial artist, whereas Johnny more so relies on his invincibility.
The ultimate
Yeah.
dream power for a stuntman. Even with his crazy powers, Ghost Rider was a lot more direct than Spawn, pretty much entirely focused on attacking the soul.
Which doesn't bode well for his versatility. Spawn can stop time, manipulate matter, turn intangible, control
what I'm
minds,
saying,
warp
bro.
reality.
I told
the
you.
Ghost Rider had a much more limited arsenal by comparison. Spawn had a huge advantage.
I told you, I was like,
in
how the
this
heck is
category.
Ghost Rider
So
going
with
could
his
do that
invincibility,
manipulates?
way greater power, and the ability to scorch your soul to nothing, Ghost Rider could score the win through brute force, right?
Not exactly. The last piece of the puzzle is their resistances. Basically, who was harder to kill. Spawn's constant mainlining of humanity's collective sin and pain meant he could survive attacks on his soul, including the Penance Stare, just like he resisted
Yeah.
a very similar attack from Urizen.
Best of all, remember the time he rewrote
Exactly.
reality to
He died
undo
and
his
he
own
undid his
inexistence?
There was
death.
nothing the Ghost Rider could do to overpower that. And that time with
Bro,
the Lance
retconned
wasn't
his death.
planned, it was
It's
purely
crazy word.
instinctual. He could replicate it any time he wanted, like in his fight with God and Satan.
So how do you put Spawn down for good? Well, you can't. At least Johnny and Zarathos couldn't.
Unlike how Ghost Rider's soul has been vulnerable to attack before, Like when Danny used the penance stare to depower Johnny.
Exactly.
This sort of thing actually happens a lot,
Quite
even in recent
frequently.
comics. The whole reason Johnny and Zarathos are bonded in the first place is because Zarathos' soul was manipulated by Mephisto.
And not only does Spawn have plenty of experience manipulating souls, he can replicate the effect of the penance stare itself.
And just think about that. A penance stare on Zarathos would mean he's feeling the pain from every penance stare that he's ever done.
That's what I'm saying. So quite literally, he never had a chance in the world. That's why I was like, once I heard the Infinity, and then like all he does is spam his ultimate on people, but like like all the time. Like Ghost Rider is two people. Spawn is just quite literally the amalgamation. Is the ruler of hell that all of their souls is merged into him. So it's just like, bro, it's like that Gojo versus Makima, where it's like, oh well, Gojo, well, Makima has all the souls of Japan, and it's just like, but he can outdeal the souls damage. So like Ghost Rider, like being able to cook souls, or all he does is just cook souls himself. It's like, bro, he just. It was a dragon fight, and he was slower with less defense. Like, if you can't one-shot him, you lost. And he couldn't one-shot him. Bro got parried. Bro got master blocked. Master parried the whole game.
A penance squared.
The Damnation Stare, on the other hand, actively helped Spawn, sending him to hell where he gets a literal infinite power boost.
And it wasn't just Spawn's soul powers that had spelled trouble. He had other ways to bypass Ghost Rider's immortality too, like transmutation, rewriting reality, or just straight up stealing his powers, which has worked on multiple Ghost Riders in the past.
Giving Spawn the final edge. Zarathos was almost unbeatable, a massive power advantage, soul destruction, immortality, but Spawn
But
could
all those
counter
other powder-
everything
yeah,
thrown
he
at him,
neutralized
and
him.
was too unkillable for Zarathos' strength advantage to matter in the long run against his crazier abilities.
That was one hell of a fight, and it
That's what I'm saying. How do you so realistically Spawn just is unbeatable? Cause how do you beat hell? Where if you die you go to hell, but he just goes to hell. Like that's his Spawn camp. You just turn the game off. You feel me? You just can't beat the undestroyable Spawn. You turn the game off. That's the only time. That's the only way. You get the writer to rewrite and be like, nah. He gets canceled. That was the only way. If Ghost Rider could cancel Spawn, but then Spawn just rewrites the retcon. So you can't kill the pen. You can kill the idea, but you can't kill the man. And you kill the man, but you can't kill the idea. He is the idea, not a man. So yeah. Before that, this was a good fight. This was a good fight until I realized it's just impossible. What would the comments say? Probably the same thing. Hey, they kind of look like me. I'm weak. Ghost Rider, the vestige of the holy, cannot disguise your weakness. Spawn, God forbid, the most Spawn thing I ever said. Oh. Nice. He said, yeah, God forbid that, like, on God type. Yeah, you'll be damned. Yes, you will. Yeah, I'm ready to fight, but I had go ahead dresses like a gangster biker, but he speaks all biblically with more elegant words where Spawn is exact opposite. He's dressed like some ethereal entity with a dramatic cape. He talks like an uncaring badass who seems 100% down with everything. How to regret having a really broken overpowered. Step 1, try using it on Spawn. Step 2, watch as he uses it against you. Step 3, that's it. Spawn, since making stronger Ghost Rider. Experience all the sin in your life. Spawn, thank you. That's essentially what happened. Versus debaters. I want my guy to win. Heavy metal fans. We will win no matter. Dude, you're vulnerable to soul hacks right there. I thought if I stat stomped hard enough, no one would notice. Oh God. Can we talk about the battlefield transition between heaven and hell? Yeah, that was cool. It's probably the most hell yeah fight. That's it was a cool fight, but like besides like the visuals, knowing like who won from the get go, I knew Spawn was gonna win when they said the nigga could manipulate reality and he had infinite power, and I was just like, he's Deadpool. Deadpool only loses when they decide to make Deadpool loses. When they want to utilize Deadpool, then we get issue 500 of Deadpool kills Marvel, and you're like, yeah. That's because he's not animanium like like Magneto, like Wolverine, which is how Magneto goes. Stop. But let me, y'all like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you on the next video. Let me know. It's been so long since we've got like a death battle. Even though I feel like we watched Kratos versus not Akura, but Kratos versus Western G like last month, if I'm not mistaken, right? Yeah, that was a month ago. Okay. Yeah. All right, but y'all let me, and the Fall Guys and all that. Yeah, but y'all like, comment, subscribe. I got y'all in the next video. Y'all take care. Road to 200. No, 200 followers on Twitch, 100 subscribers on YouTube, and 1,100 on TikTok. All the links are in the description. Take care.